Question 3, over to our analytical team.
Our third question was, what have you learned from your audience feedback? Now, we first got our audience feedback after we completed the first graph, and we showed it to a bunch of I think it was 10 students starting their media studies, and that gave us a meaningful insight into how the actual product fared up against the actual audience we were targeting, and we needed this to improve and actually satisfy the audience. Now, the results of our feedback were very contrasting and therefore provided an interesting read when we finally got it back. The first advert was praised for its meaningful, motivating soundtrack, as well as the shot variety and the matching to the music. Now, in our actual questionnaires, some people actually referred to the ending shot with Liam in the tunnel and the combination of music to be very inspiring and one of the main parts of the advert. However, we also received a few small, what would you call them, bad points. Now, when you put those with the good points, it's kind of, a bit more to improve. Like, they really enjoyed the voiceovers and didn't think we had enough of them. So after we received them, it was like, right, we need to put more of them in. As well as this, though, the variety in shots in the first advert flowed really well, and because of this, we didn't really change it. Now over to Liam with the next part of the evaluation.
However, with the good does come the bad, especially with our second advert. Our audience feedback thought they didn't really advertise it was an actual video game very well, and it made it look a bit more like a short film. So with this, we decided to put an effect on it, which was more like a cartoon effect, which did make it look a lot more like gameplay. And we just had to insert titles for things like skill levels or levels up, which further enhances another concept of the game. And the audience did say that they would prefer some gameplay within our second advert especially, but as we know, this was sort of not able to happen due to the school's bad IT facilities. The changes made were quite severe in the second advert, and we totally revamped the whole thing. The music also changed to a more upbeat, sort of more streetwise, mainstream music to further add to the sort of street football concept. The first advert, all we did really was add the commentary. This was due to everyone really enjoying it, and I think this was mainly due to the mise-en-scène used, because the Shea Stadium played a massive part in making it really professional. Passing over to Josh now for the last bit of this evaluation.
Comparing both music for our adverts, advert 1, the music's really motivational, so it really captivates the audience. When we showed it, and they really enjoyed it, thought it worked really well with it. And then advert 2, once we changed it, we got a new advert, non-copyright music called What You Want, and they thought this really felt like really gripped with it, because it's street football and it's kind of beaty. It really worked with it, and these two clashes, it really it gives them both a sense of brand, so you've got two adverts that really work well together. Then we're going on to advert 2, we've got the different, we've added new things from it, so we've got the new banners, so we've got stages in the advert, so we've got the Be a Pro one right at the start of it, which kind of really emphasises a type of game we've got in it. And then we move on to the ones at the end, where we've got the level up, and the level up it's really good in this, because we've got this idea where this guy is going from the real world, and then you've got this big green flash, which kind of takes him to the virtual world, so it makes him feel like a big pro in the game. Then we also thought about the professional feedback, where the big companies, we thought if we have to get feedback from this a lot, we had to think about how much feedback they'd get, and this really helped us. So the more feedback we got, the better our adverts seemed to get.
Just linking to the other point which Josh mentioned about the levelling up sequence, it really helped to tie in with the actual making an advert, whereas before the people just thought it was short and movie, so that really links it all together really. Can we do that please?
Right,
3, 2, 1.
And this is the way forward.
That was a gay thing I've done.
Yeah.